This here is my review for Aapl, May 24th. The options I did hold overnight ended up closing on this opening move, a huge indecision candle there. I actually removed my trend line, which I'll throw up on here real quick one more time. It does illustrate what kind of happened on the opening price, which that's not where I had it drawn from. I think it was from here through these prices, something like that, from this point to this point, and was assuming it's going to be a ascending triangle. But anyways, price came up, tested that trend line, which is now resistance, confirmed resistance by showing some sellers there that started hammering the bid there off the open. Got lucky and closed out for about a 10% gain there, and closed out my lotto calls just for a small little loss minus some commissions here once the price action did fail to hold the open. When price action fails to hold the open, it just means that the buyers that were there were not as strong as they could have been. Okay, so now going forward, I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these things. I don't need them anymore. They don't pertain to anything that I'm doing at this moment. The only things that do still have importance to me is this 8-period exponential, 153.26. If price does hold above it and starts to move up, you may look for an entry, a continuation higher up to this level here. In order to do that though, it will need to break this trend. And if it breaks that trend, this will be my initial trade plan over 153.51, and I'll have my stop down here just below the VWAP. And I'd like to see some volume to confirm that kind of a move. That means that the 8-period exponential is still holding buyers, and this is just choppiness around it. It's still within a little bit of a tolerance there, so there could be people trading, within that range based on their risk tolerance, and it's not an issue for them. They're not even people, but computers. Next level down would be 150. Was that 151, 150.96 roughly, with the 21-period exponential moving average. Seems kind of far away, but I will go ahead and throw that level on there. Go out to a higher time frame so you can see another level that did stand out here, which was right around here, 152.60. So if this breaks and fails, the next level up is going to be support. Support entry there. We'll stop just below. And finally, my third plan would be support entry there with a stop just below there. Now, if all three of these fail, there is still ultimately this 150 level, nice round psychological number, which has already held as support once. But I will say, price did pierce it, so it's not as strong as it could have been. I say that with resistances, I'll say it with supports as well. The price may actually come down here and pierce it again. Only time will tell. So, because Aapl is still bullish, I am not going to be looking at taking any short trades or even put positions. The chart does not say that it should be shorted. It may have put in a first lower high here, which doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish until we get a lower low, which would have to at least be below 150. And in my opinion, what looks like is happening is we're getting basically a triangle forming on the daily chart over here from high to high, and if this one is ultimately low, we now have something similar to that. So going forward, it's going to break one way or the other. Sometimes they pop outside of it, sometimes they don't, sometimes they pop out in reverse. Either way, just have to be ready. I'm going to maintain my bullish stance on Aapl. Nothing is telling me that it's bearish yet. Not to mention the market, I believe, is gapping up here after hours. May lead into some more buying tomorrow. These would be my trade plans going forward tomorrow. If any of these do trigger, my initial target is actually going to be up here at this gap fill, 155.5. Oops. 155.5. And if it has considerable amount of strength, could even make it all the way up here to this previous high of 156.5. That's being a little optimistic and a little greedy. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Good luck.